back to KA MMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andio.
And we are back at the UFC Apex. Thank God, man. Last week at the UFC Abu Dhabi was an absolute horror show. Last week, quick recap. I went 6-6, Andio 3-9. The betting was bad. Everything was bad. Let's move on, and hopefully we get that bad memory out of our heads, and we move on to UFC Fight Night.
I can't deal with these Middle Eastern cards anymore.
Seriously.
I can't deal with them.
I hear you, man. So this is going to be UFC on ESPN 71. It's going to be Tatsuro Taira versus Hyung Sung Park. And we're going to talk about our early predictions and breakdowns for the prelims. And to start it off in the prelims, we're going to have an added fight, which is Austin Bashi versus John Yanis. Originally, Austin Bashi was supposed to face Francis Marshall. Francis Marshall got injured.
A fire marshal
got injured, and he was replaced by John Yanis. Then we got Piera Rodriguez versus Caitlin Souza. Felipe Bunez against Rafael Estevam, Rodolfo Vieira against Tresean Gore, Rinya Nakamura against Nathan Flesher, and the main event of the prelims is going to be Nick Klein versus Andrei Pulyaev. All right, so let's start it off with the first fight, NDO. Here we got John Yanis versus Austin Bashi. Set it off for us. Who you got?
Okay, here we got John Yanis coming in on super short notice to face off against Austin Bashi, who came into the UFC with some hype, but he inevitably lost to Christian Rodriguez, the debut killer. Remember?
Yeah.
So personally, and I don't think you either, Real Deal, we can't really fault him for that loss. I don't think it hurt him that much. Christian Rodriguez was sprawling like a maniac in that fight. I don't know how he stood on his feet the amount of times he did against Bashi. Here, I think Bashi's going to atone himself. I think he's worthy still to pay a bit of attention to. Striking-wise, he's predominantly a kicker, nice long kicks, but really he's a grappler. And I expect him to not really muck it up on the feet too much with Yanis, who's probably the better striker here, and go directly to the grappling. I don't think Yanis is going to be able to contend with that on super short notice, and I see a good chance at a sub here for Bashi. So give me Bashi by rear naked, something like that, because he likes to go for your back, or decision.
All right, yeah. So, definitely a very short notice here for John Yanis. Austin Bashi, this is a guy whose fighting style he has a relentless pace. He's got very good conditioning. He's got a very good gas tank. And he's got a very good background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He incorporates boxing and Muay Thai techniques into his training. He mixes up his game. He shows finishes both on the feet and on the ground. And he's known for his high cardio, which allows him to break his opponents. John Yanis, well, this guy's a pure striker. He's got a very orthodox approach to combat. He trains at Extreme Karate in Plainview, Texas. He's got a karate style of fighting. It's mostly punches and kicks. He's shown some consistency in his performances. I mean, the guy is very strong. He's got a good hands, sharp boxing, and power in his hands. We saw that in his last fight against Nick Aguirre, where he knocked him out pretty brutally in the Fury promotion. So he's got brutal knockout power, but he lacks in ground game. He can be submitted. He can be taken down very easily. So, in this case here, it's going to be more of a grappler versus striker type of thing. Austin Bashi being the grappler. I'm going to go with Austin Bashi, of course, here. The guy fought in the UFC, but against Christian Rodriguez, who we just talked about, Andio. Like, Christian Rodriguez is a G, man. This guy, he's the debutante killer, we call him.
I'll give that to him, man. He's like the gatekeeper for the debut guys. He beats them all, regardless of how much hype they have behind them. Or like even they could be really good, wind up being really good. Raul Rosas seems to be on his way. He lost to Rodriguez, right? So
Yeah, yeah. And Austin Bashi's a young guy, man. He's 23 years old. John Yanis, 31, coming in on short notice. Austin Bashi was training for to fight the fire marshal. Give me Austin Bashi here. He's got good submissions. You can see here he's got 3 knockouts, 5 submissions, 5 decisions. And we've seen John Yanis has been subbed in the past. He got subbed actually in the Fury promotion. This guy named Gabriel Wanderlei subbed him with a rear naked choke. So I'm going to go with Austin Bashi to win. I'll say he wins by submission or decision like you there. All right, so we're in agreement with the first fight of the prelims. Let's move on up to the next fight. We got the ladies going at it. Caitlin Souza against Piera Rodriguez. Now for this one here, man, Piera Rodriguez, her fighting style, she's got an aggressive approach. She likes to move forward. Her striking is pretty decent. I mean, she trains in various martial arts, including grappling, jiu-jitsu. She's got very good takedowns. She's very well-rounded. Where Caitlin Souza, man, her fighting style, she's more dynamic. She's a creative striker. She's known for her unpredictable striking combinations. She includes a lot of fakes and feints. She sets up her powerful strikes. Her background is luta livre, and she likes to engage in stand-up exchanges. She uses her powerful hands and kicks. She seeks out knockouts. But don't be fooled. She's a Brazilian, and she knows how to fight on the ground. She submitted Yasmin Yaragri in her last win, so she knows some jiu-jitsu.
yeah, but that was after like knocking her out on the feet.
Yeah, she did do the ground, basically,
Club and sub.
club and sub type of thing. But Caitlin Souza, man, she's fought some very good fighters in the UFC. Karine Silva. She fought Yasmin Yaragui, as we discussed. Angela Hill went to a split decision there. And Piera, well, she's fought a number of cans in the UFC. Kay Hansen, Sam Hughes. Well, Sam Hughes is not.
Hey,
Got submitted.
the Salmonator, baby, come on.
She got submitted by Jillian Robertson, and she actually headbutted Ariana Carnelosi in one of the fights there, where she ended up losing by disqualification because she headbutted her like
I remember that.
when she was on the ground or something like that. Intentionally headbutted her. It was so dumb.
Oh, you don't like it because she didn't get away with it, but if she did, you do what you have to do sometimes.
Yeah. And then she beat Josephine Knudsen there in her last fight. Caitlin Souza is younger, 29 years old to Piera's 32. And she must have just recently turned 30. They got her at 30. August 18th, she'll be 30, I think. So yeah, I like Caitlin Souza in this one, man. I'm going to go with the dog in this one. I think Caitlin Souza is better than Piera Rodriguez. I haven't really been that impressed with Piera Rodriguez. I think that if Caitlin Souza fends off those takedowns, lands those punches, I think she's the better striker than Piera. I think she's going to hit her with some hard shots. Give me Caitlin Souza to win here by knockout. I'm going to call a finish here for Caitlin Souza. A knockout or submission finish here in this one, man. I'm not that high on Piera Rodriguez.
I'm not that high on either one of these, but I'd have to say Caitlin Souza does have more power, but her grappling is pretty shitty. I would say that Rodriguez may not have as much power, but the striking-wise, I think they're about equal. Maybe Souza's a bit better, but where she is better, Rodriguez, is with the grappling. She is going to get her down. She doesn't have the greatest of control, but I think she's going to get her down in enough times and wear her out at least to weaken that power. Not to mention, all those feints you mentioned, I don't think that's really going to work against Rodriguez because she's really come forward, and she may not be the most talented, you can say, but it's going to look like she's doing a lot more than Souza is in there. And I think that's what's going to get her the decision win.
All right, so we're in disagreement there. I'm going for the dog in Caitlin Souza. All right, so let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Rafael Estevam against Felipe Bunes.
Okay, here Bunez is coming in at pretty unremarkable 14-7 record against the undefeated Estevan here, who Esteban, he's quality. His grappling is his strength here. He transitions well. He has all kinds of moves, whether it's judo trips or slams even, and he really knows how to hold you down there once he tries to take you down. Where Bunez is good is his striking's not bad. He's more of those strike to get the takedown kind of guy, and he's a better submission guy, I would say, than Estevan here is on the ground. Like, he's looking for that sub more than looking for that control. The thing with him, he's low volume, and I just think Estevan is better overall here. So I'm looking here for Estevan to be the better guy on the ground, to probably be the better guy on the feet even, and to come out with the O still intact. So give me Estevan by decision or knockout.
All right, so yeah, I got to agree with you in this one. I like Rafael Estevan as well in this one here. So Rafael Estevan, his fighting style, he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu back. He's got a Brazilian jiu-jitsu background. He uses it very effectively in his fights. He's known for his orthodox approach. He's got very good grappling and ground control. That's his main thing. He gets you to the ground, gets that ground control, likes to stay on top of you throughout the fight. He stays on top, he controls his opponents, and he grinds them with ground and pound, and letting the submissions come to him. He's not really a submission specialist, but he'll let the submissions come to him.
That's it. That's the difference here. One is like that and the other is more sub-oriented, so it presents a different kind of look for each guy.
And Felipe Bunez, this guy, he's a very orthodox fighter. He is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu submission specialist. He started at the age of 14, and that's why he has so many submissions there. He's very good. He's got very good versatility and very good skill in submissions. His orthodox stance allows him to effectively engage opponents and execute takedowns. He's a very well-rounded fighter, but his striking lacks power, and he's not very precise with his punches. I think that Rafael is going to be the better boxer out of the two. And I'm going to pick Rafael Estevan here to get the win. I say he wins by a sneaky knockout or decision. I don't think he subs Felipe Bunez. I would say this, though, in the betting, there a little tiny sprinkle on Felipe Bunez by submission. We'll see what the value is on that. That might be a very sneaky play to do there. But yeah, the pick has got to be Rafael Estevan. I'm going to go KO or decision. I think he's not going to get the sub on this jiu-jitsu black belt here. But knockout is possible. He's been knocked out before. And he actually just recently got knocked out by none other than Joshua Van. That was his last loss to Bunez. So I think the knockout is live. I'll go knockout or decision for Rafael Estevan. All right, so me and Andy O in agreement with this one as well. Let's move on up to the next fight. Here we got Rodolfo Vieira against Tresean Gore. I'm looking forward to this one. I've always been a fan of Rodolfo Vieira. I like this guy. I like his style. He's a super Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. They call him the black belt hunter because that's what he does, man. He hunts for the finishes, for submissions. You can see here he's got 1 knockout, 9 submissions. Another submission specialist here. He's known for his black belt jiu-jitsu, and he's got some decent striking, but that's not his main thing. His main thing is getting you to the ground and submitting you with different kinds of submissions. He's got very good arm triangle chokes. And he's a very decorated BJJ practitioner. He's won multiple world championships and ADCC titles. Tresean Gore.
Not that means much in the UFC, as we
true. Yeah, we saw what happened with Buchecha last week there. That couldn't do shit, even though he was an amazing Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, but he couldn't do shit. Tresean Gore, man, this guy, he's very well-rounded. He's known for his strong grappling skills, his wrestling. He's got a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but not anywhere near the level of Rodolfo Vieira. He likes to wrestle, Tresean Gore, He's not bad, but Rodolfo's a big guy, so I don't think he's going to be able to take him down with ease there. In the stand-up, he uses Muay Thai techniques, favoring the straight right and left hook. I think Rodolfo Vieira is gonna get him down, man. I think Rodolfo Vieira is gonna take Tresean Gore down, or even Tresean Gore might go for he might shoot for a takedown and get caught in some kind of a guillotine or some kind of submission on the ground. So give me Rodolfo Vieira to win by submission. I think he gets Tresean Gore around his neck.
Yeah, with Tresean Gore, he's barely active. The guy has been around for a long time, barely fights. He's 5-3. I think his athleticism is what got him to where he's at here. But is that going to be enough to defeat the black belt hunter here? I think Tresean Gore is susceptible to getting hurt in fights, kind of, whether he gets an injury in a fight that costs him to lose the fight, or something hampers him along the way. Vieira's been more active. I think his striking's gotten better since he arrived in the UFC. Pretty decent jab, pretty decent straight, but it's all about the grappling. I think he's going to do his work down there and probably sub out Mr. Vicious here, or a decision.
I got some MMA math for you here too. Tresean Gore, he lost to Cody Brundage by knockout, and Rodolfo Vieira submitted Cody Brundage. So just a bit of MMA math there for you there to be on the side of Rodolfo Vieira. All right, so we're in agreement with this one. Nice. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Rinya Nakamura against Nathan Fletcher.
Yeah, this is quite the fight for me here. I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to this fight, because if you remember Rinat Nakamura, this apparently great wrestler, I think he fought against Gufarov the last time. Am I right there, the deal?
Yeah, he did.
And this fool, I'm convinced through that fight. Like, there's 3 different ways a fight can get fixed over and stuff. One of them is a throw, is where one fighter decides I'm losing this fight. And that's what I seriously think Rinat Nakamura did. He didn't go for any takedowns the whole fight. He went for one, actually. He got him with relative ease, then called him back up. Whenever they got into a striking exchange, and he actually had some success on the feet, he stopped what he was doing in order to get hit back. It was one of the craziest things I've seen this fight. I don't know how you can pick a guy like Nakamura, especially at these odds. I'm probably going to leave this fight alone when it comes to the betting, because I can't trust a guy like this. Nathan Fletcher, his boxing is good. His jab is pretty good. He lets people walk him down, though, I think, too much. His wrestling's half decent rear naked choke. I want to pick Nathan Fletcher a lot. That's probably the only thing I'm going to do when it comes to the betting, is a sprinkle on Nathan Fletcher of some sort, because not only was Nakamura a heavy favorite in the last fight there that he threw, he's an even bigger favorite in this one. And Nathan Fletcher isn't all that bad. If all things being equal, if you can count on Rinya Nakamura to do what he should do, great top control, wrestle, all of that shit, I'm not even going to get into it. The pick is going to be Nakamura, but how can you trust a guy like this?
Yeah, you know what, man? I could also say the same thing for Nathan Fletcher, man. How can I trust him? I mean, in the last fight against Calvin Loughran, I picked Nathan Fletcher.
He didn't throw the fight.
No, I know. I thought it was a robbery. I thought Nathan Fletcher won. I thought he did a bit more than Calvin.
Okay, yeah. That one, that was a close fight, actually. He did win that fight, I thought.
Yeah, I thought he won the fight, man, but they gave it to Calvin Loughran by split decision. But what pissed me off about that is Nathan Fletcher could have did a bit more work there. I thought he was lackadaisical. I thought that he didn't hustle enough on the ground. I thought that he let Calvin Loughran get on top of him.
And he let Calvin Loughran walk him down a little bit,
Let him walk him down. You got to remember also that his UFC debut there, let's say the Dana White's, the Ultimate Fighter, actually, we'll call it. He ended up losing that fight to Con Offley. And then after that, made his UFC debut against Ziggy Mantis Ramaska, where he got the submission on him. And then he lost, obviously, the split decision to Calvin Loughran. Rinya Nakamura has been in the UFC for a bit.
Wait, sorry. So Nathan Fletcher lost the Contender Series fight against Offley, and they let Nathan Fletcher in. but didn't let Offley in there.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, they let Offley in later, and we all see how he's not really UFC caliber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting,
He lost to
interesting.
him. So anyways, to talk about the Rinya Nakamura, what I was going to say was that this guy has fought in the UFC now for a bit. He beat Toshiyama Kazama in his UFC debut. He knocked him out. Looked very good against Fernie Garcia. Beat him with a unanimous decision in that fight. And against Carlos Vera, too, a unanimous decision. Now, he did lose to Muin Gafarov, but Muin Gafarov's a big guy, man. And he didn't come in with the right game plan against him, I find.
Yeah, it's called throwing the fight.
Now, Nakamura's fighting style is based on wrestling. He is a wrestler, the majority of his wins do come by knockout, but he is a wrestler. He has a strong wrestling base. Nathan Fletcher...
It's that good ground and pound that gets in those knockouts.
Yeah, ground and pound. He likes to take you down on the ground and wrestle you. Nathan Fletcher, this guy's got a fast pace. He's very aggressive. He pushes the action. He looks for finishes. He's been under the tutelage of Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko there. So he's very dynamic. He's exciting. And he likes to blend his striking techniques and grappling. But the thing is, like I said, in the last fight against Callan Lufran, I thought he didn't do enough there. I think he slows down too in the fights in the later rounds. I think Rinya is going to have a better gas tank, be a little bit faster on the feet. I think he's going to land the harder punches too. He is the better striker out of the two. And I think he's going to be able to not get submitted by Nathan Fletcher. Again, this might be one where you want to sprinkle a submission prop for Nathan Fletcher, in the betting. But give me Rinya Nakamura to win by knockout or decision. We see here that Nathan Fletcher has been knocked out, and he has lost a decision in his two losses. So I'll take the knockout or decision for Rinya Nakamura. So there we go. Me and Andy.
If Nathan Fletcher loses his fight, maybe he'd want to switch to training with some male training partners moving forward.
Yeah, seriously.
You know? Wait a minute. I didn't even make my pick here. I think, for the sake of it.
You picked Rinya. You picked Rinya.
Yeah, I pick Rinya just for the sake of, common sense here. But don't be surprised if Nathan Fletcher wins and Rinya Nakamura, for whatever reason, decides to throw this one too. Who knows?
All right, I doubt that, man. I think he's going to come back here and bounce back good here. Next fight, we have the main event of the prelims. If you haven't already, guys, hit that like button and subscribe. A shout out to all the subscribers, the new subscribers that subscribed recently. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing, helping out the channel. So we got Nick Klein versus Andre Pulayev here in this one. Now for this one here, man, Nick Blue Collar Klein, man, this guy's a former Random Lake wrestler. He's got submission skills. He can wrestle and grapple very good. He's known for his relentless pace and grappling pedigree. He likes to chain wrestle. He likes to control opponents on the mat. And he trains very, very hard. Like, this is one of these guys that trains like more than anybody in the gym. He's got amazing grappling skills and jab techniques. And he's very tenacious. Andre Pulayev, this guy, he's from Chita, Russia. He's got a blend of power and precision striking. He's more of a striker. He's got a 58% striking accuracy. And he has, some knockouts. You can see here 5 out of his 9 wins are by knockout. He did lose a unanimous decision to Christian Leroy Duncan, where he got taken down in that fight by Christian Leroy Duncan and didn't look good on his back. He is said to have a good takedown defense, but again, he got taken down by Christian Leroy Duncan. And, I think that Nick Klein's going to be able to take him down here. Man, I'm going with the dog. Another dog play for me here. I'm going with Nick Klein. I'm going with Nick Klein in this one. I think Nick Klein, the grappling, the takedowns, the relentless pace that he likes to do, his submission skills. I think he's going to be able to take down Andre Pulayev and finish this guy. I'm going to go with knockout or submission for Nick Klein to take him down and do some work on the ground and out grapple him.
Take him down, rough him up, grind him out. I love it. I'm going to take the giant Clay Guida here myself. not only because he kind of fights like him, but obviously because he looks a little like him too. I think he's gonna. I think he's really gonna be the grinder here out of the two. I think he's definitely not the better striker, but he can get creative at times. I think he's gonna go for those takedowns first, and I think he's gonna make it count. I think he is the better grappler. I think Pulev is too patient overall. That's going to cost him in preventing from getting taken down. And it's going to prevent him from getting enough volume off. He's more technical. He has straight shots and kicks, but they don't come in bunches and they don't come often enough. I just don't think he has enough power to put away Klein and to prevent Klein from grinding his way to a win here. Give me Klein by decision or sub.
All right, nice, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to say I made a mistake there. He did not get taken down by Christian Leroy Duncan, but I do remember him. Duncan was trying to go for some takedowns there. He didn't get him down, but in the previous fight, though, in the Dana White's Contender Series, he did get taken down by Liam Anderson in that fight. So I could see Nick Klein getting the job done here, man. So there you have it, folks. Our early predictions, breakdowns for the prelims. Stay tuned for the main card coming up next. Peace out, folks. KAMMA. Let's get it.